Hello everybody and welcome back to another LEGO City update. We're going to be making some small changes to the LEGO City today. In particular, we're going to be placing the newest LEGO Creator Expert modular building known as the Bookshop. It's a really nice modular building that just came out here on January 1st in 2020. Just like all the modular buildings, the LEGO group does issue those just to sort of bring in the new year. I really do like this one. It actually consists of two different buildings that each sit on their own 16 by 32 base plate. You can see they do divide there. Similar to the pet shop townhouse combo, this one has one half, which is the bookstore known as Birch Books. Comes with that nice birch tree for right out front there. And the other one is a nice blue townhouse. I really like the color combination of the turquoise and the dark blue. Now, before I place these into the LEGO City, just like all of my modular buildings, I do a slight modification to the tiling on the front here. So I do take these tiles off. So you can see there's two 1x8 gray tiles on the front of the townhouse. So I will be taking those off. And then I'll be taking these two 1x4 tiles in front of the bookstore. And I might leave these on just so those birch leaves have something to clip onto there. And there's also some modified tiles underneath here that sort of accommodate that planter. But the reason I take those off is so that I can actually secure these particular modular buildings to the road plates that are in front of them. I just do that so they don't slide around, and that's so that they all sort of stay together. And it also allows me to not have to clip them together using the Technic pins, which can be sort of a nuisance to get together or put together when it's such a far reach when you're dealing with a giant LEGO City like this here. For example, I just put the bookstore right here in beside the downtown diner, and you can see if I were to try and clip these together using the Technic pins, it would be quite challenging. So I just prefer to clip them onto the road plate. Just like all of my modular buildings, it does make a seamless sort of look so that you can't see where the base plate of the modular building is and the road base plate is. But let's get the townhouse put in beside the Birch bookstore there. So now I've placed the townhouse in beside the bookstore there. And you can also see that I've started to place some of the tiles that sort of secure the modular building in place. And this just does a really good job of just making it sort of seamless and look fantastic. And I've done that with all of my modular buildings all throughout the LEGO City. Another modification that I make to most modular buildings when I place them is actually move the placement of the light poles. You can see the townhouse portion of this modular building has a light pole right there. Now typically I would put my light poles on the actual physical road plate, and I just sort of case them with the dark bluish gray tiles because I think it stands out a little bit better. So if I were just to move that one there, I think it looks a lot better. Gives people a lot more room to sort of move, or sorry, to sort of walk closer to the building and stay away from the traffic that's on the road. Now there was one other light post right over here that I used to have, where you can see that 4x4 square there. I would have a light post there normally, but I don't think I'm going to in this instance, just because that planter for the birch tree is quite large, and if I put a light pole there, you won't be able to squeeze between that, or it'll be a real tight squeeze for minifigures to pass by. One other thing I forgot to mention about the light poles, the reason I position them where they are is because they actually act as sort of a connector. You can see they are placed between the two road plates. So it actually connects the road plates together, even though you can do that with the 1x6, 1x4, 1x8 tiles on the edge of the sort of sidewalk there. But I've added the minifigures to the surroundings or the outsides of the bookshop and the townhouse, and I'm pretty satisfied with the position of it. So now it's beside the downtown diner, and between the downtown diner and the Grand Emporium. Then just around the corner here, we have the corner garage, the fire brigade, and the cafe corner. Across the street, we have the Palace Cinema, the detective's office, the Parisian restaurant, Right over here we have the brick bank, the sort of custom modular style sanctum sanctorum with the green grocer on the end there. And then the town hall right there beside the assembly square, and then the triple pet shop. And on the very end, we have the custom Peter Parker's apartment and pizza shop. Now, if you've been watching my YouTube channel for quite some time, then you'll see that actually some of these modular buildings have switched. I didn't want to put the bookstore just sort of on the end there where the town hall is now. I just thought that would be sort of boring. So what I did is I actually switched the position of the triple pet shop with the assembly square. I moved the town hall right over there. I put the green grocer where the town hall used to be beside the sanctum sanctorum, and then I put the bookshop where the green grocer was. So quite a bit of shifting around. So grand total here in Brickmonton, the modular style buildings take up 18 base plates, consisting of, fire brigade and pets, post, beer, corner garage, a whole bunch of different stuff here. And I think these modular buildings are really the pinnacle of Lego sets. And I think they come together to create something really special here, especially in a Lego city, or even if they're sitting on a shelf. Now, there's a few other things that I've done here to try and improve the overall look of the modular buildings. One was those evenly spaced light posts, but I've also tried to evenly space these trees, and I just have them on some modified bricks, or with modified tiles, sorry, where they have the one stud in the center. Now, there's something that I need to do to improve that even more. Those trees are just sort of coming out of the concrete, so it doesn't really make any sense. What I'm going to do is, on the base of the tree, I'm going to put a modified brick with studs on all four sides, and then I'm going to use some tiles to sort of make it look like a planter style look for all my different trees. And I think that will really add to the look of the trees to make them not really seem like they're just sort of popping out of the ground. Now, one other thing that I need to manage here in the Lego city is you can see a lot of the minifigures from various minifigure sets and modular buildings and stuff like that, just sort of scattered throughout the Lego city here. Now, the issue is that a lot of these are just sort of standing there. They're not clipped into place. I need to get a lot more of those modified tiles so that they don't sort of fall over like that. And then when they're on the modified tiles, I can make these minifigures, I can sort of give them life and make them more action posed, like make them look like they're taking a step. Whereas when they're just sitting on a tile, you can't really give it that sort of look. So that's something I need to invest in or find some more on Bricklink, is the 2x2 modified tiles with the single stud, so that I can sort of properly position all of the minifigures here in Brickmonton. So before we say our goodbyes today, I want to show you guys one other project that I've been working on diligently over the last day or so. I've been rounding up all of my different Lego Star Wars minifigures. You can see some various ones in these bags here. And I've also been moving all of my other minifigures that sort of sit on these acrylic displays here. The reason I've decided to start moving a lot of these minifigures is just because I've ran out of space here in the Lego room, and I've got some more sets that I want to add to these shelves. So I'm going to be hanging these sort of minifig displays right on the wall here. Why not? To free up some shelf space. But one other thing I'm doing is working on a Star Wars minifigure project. So right over here, this is the early start of it. You can see the large new UCS Star Destroyer. Right in below that Star Destroyer, you can see a whole lot of my different minifigures. So I've got a whole whack of different stormtroopers and TIE fighter pilots and snow troopers and everything like that. Then we have a bunch of different sort of random minifigures here, like Boba Fett, Darth Maul, General Grievous. Then a bunch of clone troopers, a bunch of Anakin Skywalkers, Luke Skywalkers, Obi-Wan Kenobis, and stuff like that. So I'm going to be covering this entire surface here on top of my part organizers in Lego Star Wars minifigures that will be residing right underneath the Star Destroyer. And I have a huge plan for this, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, that's the video for today. Just wanted to show you guys some of the changes that I've made here in the Lego City to sort of accommodate the new Lego Bookshop. I did have to move a bunch of different Lego modular buildings around, just to sort of get it where I think it is best, where it best fits. And I really do like the town hall there, just because it's sort of tall. And when you look at these modular buildings, you can see it sort of poking out from the top there. And my thought process is, well, why would I put the town hall beside the townhouses? I think it would look better beside Assembly Square, so I moved them over. And because I clipped them onto the base plates like that, obviously it causes a little bit of problems when I go to move them. It makes it a little bit harder and a lot more work. But that's really about it for today. What do you guys think of the positioning of the new bookstore modular building here in the Lego City known as Brickmonton? Let me know by commenting below. If you guys like this video, remember to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe for some more great content coming out here in the very near future. Bye for now.